course, to the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, without whom these Invictus Games would never have happened. You are the one who turned this incredible idea into a reality. And as someone that you roped in early on in my time as Prime Minister, I can testify to the energy, the dedication, the commitment this man has to you and to this ideal. You have changed the lives of so many people for the better, and for that, we all owe you the deepest debt of gratitude. Thank you.
William Trembles, as Harry's true work, outshines the future king. For years, royal watchers and tabloid editors have tried to write one narrative. Prince William, the future king, is the polished heir who carries the institution's hopes, while Prince Harry is the wayward spare, the rebel, the one who walked away. But as time has proven, reality doesn't bend forever to propaganda. And today, as Prince Harry continues to quietly change lives around the world, without titles, palaces, or taxpayer money, the contrast between the brothers has never been clearer. So when reports surfaced that Prince William was upset over Harry holding an engagement on the same day as one of his, the story revealed far more than sibling rivalry. It exposed a deeper truth about why Harry, once dismissed as irrelevant, has become the moral compass many had hoped the monarchy could be. A tale of two princes. William and Harry were once inseparable. Two boys bound by grief, growing up in the shadow of their mother's tragic death. The world watched them walk behind Princess Diana's coffin in 1997, two brothers united in sorrow. For years, they seemed determined to keep her legacy alive, compassionate, grounded, human. But as adulthood set in, their paths diverged sharply. Prince William embraced the royal mould, speeches written for him, engagements dictated by protocol, smiles rehearsed for cameras. The future king's role is, after all, largely symbolic: to show up, shake hands, and leave the thinking to advisors. Prince Harry, on the other hand, refused to be just another ceremonial statue. His vision was active, personal, and real. He didn't just visit charities, he built them. He didn't just talk about mental health, he opened his own scars to help others heal. When veterans struggled, he didn't issue a statement. He created the Invictus Games, giving wounded servicemen and women purpose, pride, and community. And when he saw the media treat his wife Meghan Markle with the same cruelty that killed his mother, he did what few royals have ever done. He chose love and conscience over a crown. The future king's fragile ego. So why, after years of claiming Harry was irrelevant, does William seem so shaken when his brother's work earns global attention? Because deep down, William's position is built on inheritance, not impact, and Harry's influence is built on merit. Every engagement Harry undertakes resonates because it is rooted in authenticity. His projects aren't about photo opportunities, but about transformation. When Harry meets people, he listens, really listens, not out of duty, but from empathy. When he speaks, it's not to uphold an institution, but to uplift humanity. Meanwhile, William's calendar feels increasingly hollow. Charity visits that fade from memory, speeches that sound scripted, and grand projects like Earthshot that critics say are drowning in PR gloss rather than tangible community change. Even his body language, often tense, performative, defensive, betrays a man aware that his brother's irrelevance is anything but. Thus, when Harry's independent engagement coincides with William's official event, the palace trembles. Because every time Harry appears, the public remembers what genuine royal service once looked like. The power of dignity. Prince Harry's dignity lies in silence, not weakness, but refined strength. He doesn't need to clap back at tabloids or leak stories through courtiers. He lets his work speak. When William and the press attempted to brand Harry as difficult, emotional, or selfish, he responded not with counterattacks but with consistency. While the future king was chasing headlines, Harry was chasing hope. For veterans, for mental health, for displaced families, for wounded communities. And the irony, Harry, the man supposedly cut off from royal privilege, has done more to uphold the moral essence of royalty than the monarchy itself. His dignity doesn't need a throne to shine. It radiates from his compassion, his humility, and his refusal to exploit pain for popularity. He remains grounded, unpretentious, and guided by something the palace cannot script: conscience. Changing lives without a penny from taxpayers. While William's life is funded by the public purse, Harry's post-royal journey has been one of accountability. Every project he undertakes, from Archewell to Invictus to mental health initiatives, is privately funded, transparent, and purpose-driven. He doesn't rely on titles or taxpayers. He relies on his heart, hard work, and belief in people's potential. In contrast, William's engagements often come at a steep public cost: lavish travel, security bills, and media staging. Yet the tangible outcomes remain questionable. The palace loves optics, but optics do not change lives. Harry, meanwhile, is redefining leadership itself, not through birthright, but through service. Every speech he gives, every hug he offers, every cause he stands for, from Africa to Canada, from veterans to youth, carries authenticity. He is not selling an image, he is living a mission, and the people see it. That's why millions still call him our Diana's son, because he embodies the compassion that his mother once carried through hospital wards and minefields. William's vanity versus Harry's vision. There's a poetic irony in how the monarchy treats image as its armor, while Harry treats integrity as his. Prince William's recent global initiatives, though impressive on paper, often feel wrapped in vanity, photo ops that prioritize perception over progress. He speaks of climate change but flies by private jet. He preaches compassion, yet reportedly freezes out his own brother. For a man hailed as future king, his insecurities appear fragile. The idea that Harry, who renounced royal funding, who lives thousands of miles away, who no longer bears the title His Royal Highness, could still command more global attention, is an existential threat to the institution's illusion of control. William's envy is not simply about Harry's engagements. It's about freedom. Harry is free to speak, to act, to care, and to connect without bowing to protocol. That freedom terrifies the establishment because it proves that humanity, not hierarchy, is where true power lies. Harry's humanity outshines heritage. The truth is, Harry's heart has become his crown, his compassion is his power, his humility is his legacy. Every time he visits a school, a hospital, or a veterans centre, the energy changes. People see not a prince, but a partner in healing. His empathy bridges divides that centuries of monarchy never could. He doesn't walk into rooms expecting to be bowed to. He walks in, hoping to lift others up. That's the difference between inherited authority and earned respect. William's title may guarantee deference, but Harry's humanity guarantees love. A mirror to the monarchy. When the royal family and its courtiers gossip about competition between the brothers, what they fail to grasp is that Harry's success reflects not rebellion, but reform. He is showing what royalty could be if freed from hypocrisy, what leadership should look like when built on courage and compassion rather than convention. The British press once mocked him for leaving. Now they watch helplessly as his global influence eclipses the institution he left behind. From America to Africa, from military veterans to social justice advocates, Harry's voice resonates because it's sincere, vulnerable, and universal. His projects, whether about wounded soldiers, mental health, or child welfare, all embody one consistent truth. Service is not about spotlight, it's about soul. And that's something William, despite all his training, seems unable to grasp. The world has moved on, and so has Harry. In 2025, the world no longer reveres royalty for crowns and castles. It reveres authenticity. People crave real leadership, those who heal, not those who hide. In this modern world, Harry's moral courage outpaces the monarchy's moral confusion. He no longer competes with William. He has transcended that stage. While the palace clings to tradition and hierarchy, Harry builds bridges across borders, races, and generations. His influence doesn't depend on British tabloids or royal PR. It comes from people who feel his sincerity, parents who lost children, soldiers who lost limbs, teens who battle depression. For them, Harry isn't a prince. He's a brother, a mentor, a beacon of hope. Why William trembles? So yes, perhaps William does tremble, not out of hatred, but out of insecurity. Because deep down he knows that Harry embodies the kind of authenticity Diana once dreamed her sons would inherit. The future king wears a crown of tradition, but Harry wears a crown of truth. One shines for cameras, the other shines for humanity. When Harry steps onto a stage, any stage, the energy is electric. People don't see a runaway prince, they see a leader reborn, a man liberated from the chains of image, using his freedom for purpose. That is what frightens William. Not Harry's fame, but Harry's freedom to be good. Dignity without titles, greatness without thrones. In a world exhausted by hypocrisy, Harry's life stands as a reminder that titles don't define greatness, actions do. He proves that you can lose a crown and still be royal. You can walk away from privilege and still uplift millions. You can be mocked by tabloids and still move hearts. His legacy is not built on inheritance, but intention. He has turned pain into power, exile into expression, and criticism into conviction. That is true nobility, the kind that no coronation can bestow. And so, while William's staff plan royal photo calls, Harry quietly changes lives, one act of kindness at a time. While the palace measures prestige by protocol, Harry measures purpose by impact. That is why, even without a royal title, Prince Harry remains the people's prince. A final word, love always wins. At the end of the day, history won't remember the number of royal engagements William attended or the number of tabloids that tried to tear Harry down. It will remember who touched lives. And it is Harry, the son who refused to bow to cruelty, the husband who protected his family, the humanitarian who built bridges, who will stand in that history with grace. His humility has become his armor, his compassion his weapon, and his love his legacy. So yes, perhaps William trembles, because every time Prince Harry steps forward with dignity and compassion, the illusion of royal superiority falls apart. Harry didn't need a throne to become powerful, he needed only his heart, and that, in the end, is what makes him truly royal.
And that wraps our daily diaries updates. Harry and Meghan, always keep the world talking. And if you enjoy this update, do not forget to like, share, subscribe. And for more royalty served with honesty, just right here on Daily Diaries Friday. Till next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep shining. See you next time with more royal news and good vibe. Bye bye.